Welcome to Trivia Clips. Are you ready to test your knowledge on one of the loudest and wildest bands in rock history? Let's see how much you really know about The Who. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? 1. The Who was formed in Liverpool. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. The band was actually formed in London, not Liverpool. They emerged from the West London mod scene in the early 60s. Pete Townshend, Roger Daltrey, John Entwistle, and Keith Moon made up the classic lineup. They became known for their explosive live shows, and London shaped their early identity. 2. Keith Moon was known for destroying hotel rooms. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True, Keith Moon had a legendary reputation for chaos. He once drove a car into a hotel swimming pool. His antics were wild, reckless, and often dangerous. Moon's unpredictable behavior was part of The Who's mythology. He redefined the role of the rock drummer. 3. Baba O'Riley is commonly called Teenage Wasteland. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Many fans refer to the song by that lyric. Teenage Wasteland is a key line in the chorus. However, the official title is Baba O'Riley. It's named after 2 of Townshend's influences. The confusion continues to this day. 4. Pete Townshend destroyed guitars on stage as part of the act. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True, Townshend became famous for smashing guitars. It began accidentally, but fans loved the drama. He made it a trademark of their live shows. The act symbolized rebellion and raw emotion. It became part of The Who's legend. 5. The Who never played at Woodstock. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. They did perform at Woodstock in 1969. Their set included hits like My Generation. They played in the early morning hours. The show was chaotic, but memorable. Their appearance helped cement their U.S. fame. 6. Tommy was the first rock opera. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True, Tommy debuted in 1969 and was groundbreaking. It told the story of a deaf, dumb, and blind boy. The album had a full narrative from start to finish. It redefined what a rock album could be. Other bands followed The Who's lead. 7. Roger Daltrey played bass in the band. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Daltrey is the lead singer and frontman. John Entwistle played bass for The Who. Entwistle was known for his fast, precise playing. He gave The Who their thunderous low-end sound. Daltrey focused on vocals and stage presence. 8. The Who's album, Who's Next, includes synthesizers. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. It featured groundbreaking use of synthesizers. Songs like Baba O'Riley and Won't Get Fooled Again used them. Pete Townshend embraced new technology. The synths added a futuristic feel to their sound. The album became one of their most iconic. 9. The Who never changed their lineup. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. The band saw several lineup changes. Keith Moon died in 1978 and was replaced. John Entwistle passed away in 2002. Various drummers and bassists have played live since. Only Townshend and Daltrey remain from the original four. The Who wrote the theme for CSI Miami. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. The theme was Won't Get Fooled Again. It's one of the band's most recognizable tracks. CSI franchises used multiple Who songs as intros. It introduced the band to a younger audience and revived interest in their music catalog. End of part 1. How many did you get right? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back in part 2 with more Who Madness. Welcome back to Trivia Clips. You made it through part 1. Now it's time to turn it up to 11. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? 11. Pete Townshend once injured himself doing a windmill strum. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. The windmill strum became his signature move. One time, he slashed his hand on the guitar strings. He bled during the rest of the show. It showed his commitment to performance. Even pain couldn't stop the music. Or 12. The Who named their band after a newspaper. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They chose The Who because it sounded bold. The name came from a brainstorming session. Early names included the Detours and the High Numbers. They wanted something simple and striking. It had nothing to do with newspapers. 13. Roger Daltrey was expelled from school. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. He got expelled for carrying a knife. It was a rough time in his youth. He later found purpose in music. That rebellion fueled his powerful voice. His past shaped his rock persona. 14. The Who's debut album was Quadrophenia. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, false. Quadrophenia came later in 1973. Their debut album was My Generation in 1965. It featured the title track that defined youth anger. It launched their explosive career and inspired countless punk and mod bands. 15. John Entwistle's nickname was The Ox. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. He was known for his strength and quiet demeanor. On stage, he stood still while others went wild. His solid playing earned him respect. Fans and bandmates called him the Ox. It became part of his legacy. 16. The Who once set off explosives on stage. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. During a 1967 TV performance, they used pyrotechnics. An explosion injured Keith Moon and Pete Townshend. Townshend claimed it damaged his hearing permanently. It was chaotic, dangerous, and unforgettable. Classic Who energy, loud and wild. 17. The Who has only released 3 studio albums. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They've released 12 studio albums over the decades. Classics include Tommy, Who's Next, and Quadrophenia. Each one shows their musical evolution. They continued making music into the 2000s. Their legacy spans generations. 18. Keith Moon's drumming was basic and reserved. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Moon's drumming was wild and unpredictable. He rarely played simple beats. His fills were explosive and non-stop. He treated drums like a lead instrument. He redefined how drumming could sound. 19. The Who wrote a song called Pinball Wizard. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. It's one of their most famous tracks. The song comes from the rock opera Tommy. It tells the story of a pinball-playing prodigy. The riff is instantly recognizable. It remains a fan favorite. 20. Roger Daltrey and Pete Townshend still perform together. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. They've continued touring into their later years. Even in their 70s, they bring energy to the stage. Fans worldwide still flock to see them. They honor their legacy with each performance. Legends never retire. They echo forever. End of part 2. How many did you score this time? Drop your answers in the comments and hit subscribe for more rock legends. Thanks for playing. See you in the next challenge.